Hey everyone, Anders here with another Black Desert video. Today we are talking about the pre-release Woosa Awakening combos. As always with these, if anything happens to change on release day, expect an updated video. And I think things will be changing on release day, just so you know. For now, let's talk about how Woosa Awakening deals damage in PvE. From my testing, she seems fairly good on test server conditions, which tends to mean that the class will be strong on live servers. Test server conditions are not ideal since we are missing optimal loadouts, but it is the best we can do for now. There are a couple of concerns I do want to talk about before we get into the combos. Well, really just two things I want to talk about. First one is the shape of Awakening Woosa AoEs. Some are more linear AoEs with great range, but when you pull monsters, you no longer need that range and would benefit more from conal or circular AoEs in those skills. Not a huge deal, but just something to get used to. The second issue is her movement from pack to pack. If you just want to stay in Awakening stance, frankly, I think the best way to grind on Woosa Awakening is by swapping back and forth from your pre-awakening kit to your awakening kit. Since it is easy to transition from the pre-awakened stance to awakening stance quickly through hotbar skills and inputs, I think that's what they want you to do. You should be going into pre-awakening and doing dash cancels to move from pack to pack. If you are grinding in easier grind spots for you where you're just killing the monsters really quickly, I didn't choose to include pre-awakening skills for these combos, though I do use them in active grind. This is just a release combo guide, so once we know the full state of the kit, come release day, of course, we can dive into more optimal combos. I'll show you the main combo string the developers have built into the kit. This is what they want you to do. It all starts with our Shift R&B skill, after which you simply hold R&B and you will cast 4 skills in a row. You can then use the E flow on the last skill and then press spacebar and repeat as long as you want. Really simple. This combo string deals a ton of damage. It is easy to use, but has two main issues. So the first one is the initiator, the Shift R&B skill. It needs to be cast backwards through a dash to cancel the starting animation, and even then it's on the slow side. The second issue is the lack of protection this combo gives us. Basically no protection whatsoever. So let's take a look at our skills in this chart and see the average damage in PvE. Woosa Awakening doesn't have any one skill that I'd say surpasses what Succession Woosa has available. Instead, you need to rely more on burst crit damage by chaining multiple skills and moving around the pack. The combo I've laid out here does just that. It's high damage, decent protection with good mobility around the pack. I've cut down the developer's suggested combo string that they want us to use. Took out the initial skill Shift R&B. I do love this skill, but I found it to be too slow for places where monsters will be able to get to you quickly. We are using the core skill for the F skill, that's our kick, because believe it or not, our F skill does deal pretty good damage with passive summon damage. If we go back to the chart, you can see that I have a column of summon cast speed showing whether or not the flower summon explosion part of some skills is fast or slow. So for some reason, developers thought, oh, it'd be really cool in PvP if some skills had flower summons that would immediately explode and others would take a long time to explode. Sort of messing with your opponent, I guess, but in PvE, the monsters don't care. They just want to get hit, right? So our hardest hitting skill also has a slow summon explosion. So we want to use it early in the combo to make sure when it does deal damage, there are still monsters left standing. This combo is infinite, so you can use it for more static type PvE content like boss fights. I personally looked for something that would work in the upcoming boss blitz mode with Land of the Morning Light, since I do play in Korea these days. So once Woosa Awakening goes live in Korean servers, I'll be able to test more on the Korean server and see how it does with the boss blitz modes. In terms of self buffs for Woosa Awakening, we only really have two skills: SLMB, which is our AP buff and our combo starter, and WRMB, which gives us a 50% more crit rate for 5 seconds. For this, we use the crit buff toward the end of the combo for the skills that don't have inherent crit rate modifiers. For add-ons, we focus on attack speed, of course, and crit rate. Accuracy we take as well, but a lot of our damage comes from summon damage, which has 50% accuracy rate passively, so not entirely necessary. I would recommend something like extra crit damage and back attack damage add-ons. Now, if you're looking at this combo and you're thinking, Anders, this combo is way too long, I have a simpler version for you guys so you can use it as you level or in lower AP zones. Of course, these are less protected combos. As for PvP, currently the modifiers seem kind of low for PvP, as in the damage might be a little out of control, so I think we will see some changes for the skills on release. We tend to see that, but once we know what those are, I'll make an updated video including PvP combos. For now, I'm going to leave you with an updated impressions of the class now that I've played around with it for a few more hours. If you've enjoyed Succession Woosa, I think you're going to like Awakening Woosa. If you're expecting Succession Megu, I don't think this is the class for you. Maybe Awakening Megu will be more simple and straightforward. Like I said, release could bring some changes, and I could be wrong, but for now she seems solid, but not Succession Megu levels of easy. Animation wise, the class feels really good. Only have a few issues. Like I said, I would like to see those protection gaps fixed or more ways to cancel them. Core skills right now feel really limited. Most of them just cover that first hit protection gap. So the only real benefit comes from the F core skill, which gives us a protected knockdown engage. Very strong, don't get me wrong, that's a really strong core skill, but if it hadn't been for the F passive for more damage of that skill, it would have been a terrible selection of core skills for PvE. And that's all I have to say for now. Let me know what you think about the class in the comments. I'm loving it so far. I'm having a lot of fun playing with Woosa Awakening. I'm going to do some more grinding in different areas and see how it feels there. But for now, thanks for watching, thanks for listening. I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.